today we'll be talking about the voice of the Niger Delta group about the release of Marcel Nnamdi Kanu. So many people have been raising their voice. People are writing letters. People who are demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from different dimensions. They are doing what they know how to do. But at this period of time, it seems that the voice of the Niger Delta groups is more louder than every other voice that are agitating for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. The reason why the voice of this Niger Delta group is so loud is because they know the language that the federal government understands. About a week ago, they gave an ultimatum, 14 days ultimatum, that if the federal government did not release Nnamdi Kanu, that they are going to begin to cripple the oil production in the Niger Delta region. And today, 7 days in the ultimatum has passed. Now, they are still reaffirming what they say, that if before the ultimatum expires that the Tinubu administration did not release Nnamdi Kanu, that they are going to cripple the whole oil production in the Niger Delta. Now, I know that there have been a lot of, issues, and the deputy speaker of the House of Reps says that very soon that Nnamdi Kanu will be released. This group will say Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Everybody is just clamoring for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. But let me tell you the truth. You see, this Niger Delta group that is threatening the federal government. See, Nigeria is our country. We know how Nigeria works. They don't hear letters. All those things that the people are trying to go there and negotiate with the federal government. Federal government will not listen to them. What they listen to is what the Niger Delta group is doing right now. That is the only language the federal government hears. We will cripple the oil pipeline. When they will hear that, it will come into their mind, because if they want to loot money, it's still oil money they want to loot. Everything they are doing in Nigeria, our major source of revenue comes from oil. So I don't think that these people are going to risk holding Nnamdi Kanu to the detriment of these oil pipelines that will be crippled. And the reason why the Niger Delta group, the reason why they are so controversial is because right from their history, anything they say they are going to do, history has demonstrated that these people has done it. Anytime Niger Delta militants or Niger Delta group says we are going to do this, when they give you ultimatum and the ultimatum ends, the next thing you will see is that they have carried it out. They don't want your permission. They don't want anything. So this Niger Delta group gave Tinubu administration 14 days to release Nnamdi Kanu. So we were putting our eyes before the 14 days, and maybe when the ultimatum ends, before we hear from them. But it was so surprising that today they are telling Tinubu that even before the ultimatum expires, that they will start to bomb the oil pipelines in the region. For me, I am saying that releasing of Nnamdi Kanu is supposed not to be causing all this problem. There is nothing hard there to release Nnamdi Kanu. Not as if releasing him will be against the constitution, because the Court of Competent Jurisdiction, which is the big court of Nigeria, sitting in Abuja, has discharged him. But the federal government, then led by Muhammadu Buhari, says that they are not going to let him go because of the fear of unknown, because of the fear of truth, because of the fear of influence, and the fear of things that we ourselves don't even know. They know the reason why they are holding him. So please, I want you to, what do you think? I want you to share your opinion about this ultimatum that has been given to Tinubu. And these people are still reminding him that even before the ultimatum expires, that they are going to carry out the action if he refuses to release Nnamdi Kanu. So what will be the situation when this ultimatum expires? Because for me, it's not going to be business as usual. It's not going to be business as usual. A lot of persons have been calling for Nnamdi Kanu to be released, but I have come to realize that the reason why they have not released Nnamdi Kanu is because the freedom of Nnamdi Kanu is also related to the freedom of the people who are following Nnamdi Kanu. It's also related to the freedom of Southeastern people. Do you know what they have seen? Today, I attended some meetings online. And do you know what these people are still saying? People are hungry. They are still saying that Igbo people are not going to be president. Igbo people are not going to be president. It's not in this life. Igbo people will not be president. I am smiling. I said, well, Igbos right now, they are not too much interested even in becoming the president. But let people who are dying of insurgency, dying of bandits, dying of so many things, dying of hunger, malnutrition, no problem. Let them go and become president. Buhari was president for 8 years. But in Buhari state, Zamfara, politicians are bandits. So many people there are bandits because he created all those bandits to make sure he win an election. That was his plan. Mr. Chedi Njoko, good morning and welcome to my live broadcast. Say good evening, my dear brother. I like the way you do your analysis. Thank you. You are welcome. You are welcome, because it is important that we say things as it is. If, for example, that what they are doing against Nnamdi Kanu, if they have done it against anybody before, if you are speaking, they will have reference. They will even tell you, no, forget, it's not only Nnamdi Kanu, we have done it to someone else before. But as far as what they are doing against Nnamdi Kanu could be termed as injustice, everybody in Nigeria are now raising their voice. History will prove that at a time that everybody clamored for them to release Nnamdi Kanu, and they did not release Nnamdi Kanu. And the situation that will arise because of this Nnamdi Kanu detention, if they did not release him, will be even more dangerous than the agitation that they are saying that IPOBs are doing. So just imagine that other groups are now arising, threatening the federal government because they are detaining Nnamdi Kanu and so on and so forth. But this is just simple thing that they're supposed to have done since. It's just a simple thing that they're supposed to have done. So please, I want you to tell me what you think about this situation. And also, if you have any contribution, you can call on this WhatsApp number that I just posted on the comment section. You can call in and tell me what you think. Because right from time, the people of the Southeast has been treated badly. They have been treated in a wrong way. I was speaking with an elderly man today, and he was telling me about what his father told him, that his father regretted why they betrayed Ojukwu in the struggle for actualization of Biafra, that the oil wells they have in their communities now, that it belongs to the people from the north. But people from the north, they have gold, they have lithium. They don't allow the federal government to even benefit from the gold. They sponsor insecurity bandits to make sure they will take the gold alone. They will export the gold to Dubai. When you get to Dubai, we have where they call Nigerian gold. But what is wrong with it? Nigeria is not benefiting from it. So they just sponsor banditry, chase away the community. They started mining the gold, exploring every mineral resources in the land. But they will still come back to the south. They will take your oil wells. They will take everything that makes you people rich. And you think that people will be happy? So the guy was telling me that, honestly, that his father used to tell him every day that they regretted ever betraying the struggle of Biafra that Ojukwu was fighting for. That they never knew that it is going to be like this, that even the mineral resources from the south, from the Niger Delta, that it belongs to the people from the north. And that is one of the problems I have with even the southern and some of the southeast politicians. Before they will enter seat, they will go and have a friend, they will bow down to all this, whether we call them Ogboni, they will bow down to all these cabals. They will go to the north and make sure they will have people that will control judiciary for them. Opus Odema is an example of what I'm saying, who went to the north to have the influence he have when he did not even win election number 4, Supreme Court announced him as the winner. So many people are doing such things, but let me tell you, it is only time that we prove them wrong, that what they have been doing against people is so bad. Mr. Onwuka Kings, good morning, welcome. He said, I believe that the federal government will release that young man unconditionally. Of course, that is what we believe, that the federal government will release him unconditionally. But the problem is, before the federal government will release him unconditionally, we pray that things will not go wrong. Because as it stands now, a lot of people have started threatening the federal government, and a lot of people have started giving ultimatum that this is what we are going to do if it's not released, because everybody have perceived that this is injustice. This is no longer persecution, but persecution. And according to Moyode Showore, Igbos are the most hated people in Nigeria. And the reason why they are still holding Nnamdi Kanu is because his name sounds Igbo. If Nnamdi Kanu is not an Igbo man, they could have released him, like they released Meiti Andanida, like they release they forget about the case of Sunday Igboho, like they release Moyode Showore, and so on and so forth. So that is the situation we are facing, and a lot of things has been going on in Nigeria. And we pray that everything will go on well, because I have seen that the agitation of Biafra is an agitation that will predict anybody that will think that the Biafra agitation will not come. If you think Biafra agitation will not come, people who thought that it will end, they have died. New generation are the one fighting for it. So if this generation did not get it, of which I believe they will get it, the next generation to come will still continue it, because this is an idea. This is an idea, and a lot of people have not really understand that the issue of Biafra agitation is not going to end now. It's not going to end, and Bundet cannot stop it. That is the issue. Bundet cannot stop Biafra agitation. So if the federal government think they can use military, they can use the Bundet, they can use force to stop people, they should learn from history. They should learn from history. The Biafra agitation have not been tense like this before they arrested Nnamdi Kanu. And after they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, when they arrested him, the issue now continues. You will see it at home. This one will happen. Because it is not all about Nnamdi Kanu. Biafra agitation is not all about Nnamdi Kanu. That is what people should understand. And that is why they think that, oh, when we hold Nnamdi Kanu, meaning everybody from that region will just succumb because they are listening to him. Let me tell you people the truth. If Nnamdi Kanu goes out of the picture today, the person that is greater than Nnamdi Kanu will still assume in that position. That is the truth. Because even before Ojukwu was like a tool that people use. Because the agitation of Biafra, it is the thing that pushed Ojukwu to declare Biafra Republic. Ojukwu did not just wake up and say, I want to declare Biafra Republic. There have been agitation because of this war in Nigeria. There have been agitation because of all these issues that is going on. And it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Welcome, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Please, what do you think about the topic we are discussing? You can kindly share your opinion on the comment section. And you can also call in and speak with us to tell us what you think about the continuous detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. The Niger Delta group, earlier, that was last week, as I said before, gave the federal government ultimatum to release Nnamdi Kanu in 14 days. And before the 14 days expire, what they did now is to remind Tinubu today that before the expiration of the ultimatum they gave, that they are going to start striking and start disturbing the oil well and so on and so forth. So it's a very, very bad situation that because of the release of Nnamdi Kanu, because of the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, everything in Nigeria now, tension will start and so on and so forth. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So Mr. Chris is calling. Let us hear from Mr. Chris. Good morning, Mr. Chris. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I've been following you online and following your program.
Okay, thank you so much. Kindly give us your own opinion about this Niger Delta group. They said they want to start bombing the oil pipelines because of the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. What do you have to say about that?
Like you said before that history have made us to let us know that whenever they say something, they are going to do it.
Yeah.
But Nigeria, now when it comes to Igbo, as far as the East, especially Eastern region, they are ready to do anything, even to the point of allowing Nigeria forfeiting even the oil, just to make sure that Southeast is still under insecurity. So I know that maybe they can even wait until finally everything is destroyed. Then they will start doing something. But as whether they will do it definitely. They will do it.
Okay.
But for Nigeria, I don't think they will release Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay. Do you think that they will risk not releasing Nnamdi Kanu to the detriment of crippling the economy? Oil is the only economy that Nigeria have. Without oil, Nigeria, even the naira will even go like 5,000 per dollar. It is 1,500 we are crying now. When these people will cripple the oil production in Nigeria, do you think that it is going to be, a simple thing to bear?
No, these people at times they behave as if, I don't know whether they are possessed or what. I don't know, especially when it comes to Igbo. You understand?
Yeah, what you should understand about the holding of Nnamdi Kanu is that Nnamdi Kanu is not the person they are holding. So they are holding everyone who have the idea to separate from Nigeria. They are holding the Southeasterners, especially those who believe in the struggle of Biafra. So it's not only Nnamdi Kanu they are holding in ransom. So that is why the release of Nnamdi Kanu, you see, it is political, it is tribal, it is regional, sentiments, everything you can mention is there. Because they believe, see, let me tell you, if Nnamdi Kanu is being released from detention today, the struggle of Biafra will take a different dimension. Because now people have to listen to him more than before.
it's because of Simon Ekpa, because of what Simon Ekpa is doing. If not that Simon Ekpa is even doing what he's doing, they will just forget about Nnamdi Kanu. And so as it stands now, they don't know what to do again because they are confused. They don't know whether they release Nnamdi Kanu, whether the thing will kind of subside and the Biafra struggle, whether the thing will stop.
As it stands now, sir, Nnamdi Kanu is like a bone in their throat. If you did not release him, it's a problem. If you release him, better for you, but he will continue to agitate and to move to the restoration of Biafra that he wants. If you say you will not release him, it will become a problem to you. So it's like a bone in their throat that they don't even know what to do and how to go about it.
Yeah, the worst mistake Nigeria did, I said it the time they extradized Nnamdi Kanu, that time they kidnapped him to Nigeria. I said it, that this is the worst mistake Nigeria has done when it comes to Biafra agitation, that they have done the worst mistake, and they can say it now because I know some of them that still have sense in them will be regretting it now. Because they thought that if they capture Nnamdi Kanu, that immediately Biafra agitation will stop, but it's not like that. So now the way this Biafra thing is going now is even more sophisticated than when Nnamdi Kanu is not inside the prison.
Yeah.
So I wish they will just give it a try and just release Nnamdi Kanu and watch and see what happens.
Of course they will do. They will do.
Niger Delta people. They will surely, if they allow, I know these people now, all these Niger Delta guys, immediately in that 7 days, we see what will happen.
Of course, we know they will do it. So thank you so much for your contribution. Actually, I am optimistic that they will release Nnamdi Kanu because it is a problem to them right now. A very big problem to them. A very, very big problem. So they don't have any option not to release him. So we believe that, but what I'm trying to express there is that, you see, all this Niger Delta group, they know the language that the federal government understands. Because a lot of people have been trying to beg, trying to lobby, trying to, government don't hear all those language. They don't hear all those language. The language they hear is when you give them ultimatum, when you threaten them. Oh, these are the languages that they hear. For me, that is my own opinion.
Yes. They don't hear that line Nigeria. If you are not abiding somebody, personally, you find it difficult to really operate in Nigeria. You find it difficult. The people that are making it in Nigeria, Nigeria has come to a point that if you want to make it, you become radical. If you want government to hear you, you become radical. And the thing is now pushing so many people into that, becoming radical. Because even as a normal businessman or whatever you are doing, I just want to be law abiding most of the time. You look as if you are foolish. But you find out that they are listening more to people which is very, very dangerous. Which is very, very dangerous.
So thank you so.
If you want to be peaceful,
actually, if you want to be peaceful, they will not hear you. That is the truth. Thank you so much, sir. So we are still going to receive another caller to share his or our own opinion about the threats that the Niger Delta group is threatening the federal government. So thank you so much, sir.
God bless you.
All right, thank you, sir. So that is what our caller, Mr. Chris, is saying right now, that he believed that they will release Nnamdi Kanu, but he don't know when. So let us go and see what is on the comment section. Angel, good morning. Says, I love your longer approach to issues. So interpret and always saying things at the point of keep it up, my brother. God bless you. God bless you too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Mr. David, good morning. He said, if we do not get Biafra in this our own generation, then we might as well say bye-bye to Biafra because we will be enslaved forever and ever. I will not say amen to that, and you know it's not possible. We are not going to be enslaved forever. You know that, right? Don't worry. An idea that has come forever. Mr. Emeka, good morning. Mr. Samuel says, we can not afford not to get Biafra in this our generation. If not, we are finished. We are not finished. Mr. Victory, I don't know whether it's Mr. or Mrs. Sorry. Victory, good morning. Watching from Australia. Thank you so much for joining from Australia. So, as I was saying, the issue of Biafra is an issue that predicts every generation. I believe that this generation will get it right, but someone should not say that if this generation did not get it, that next generation will not get it. So let me receive another caller. Hello, Mr. Bosco. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening. I'm calling you from Georgia.
From Georgia, it's evening over there. In Nigeria, it is 12:52 a.m. Nigerian time.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good evening. Yeah, this is almost 8 o'clock.
Okay, you are welcome. The Niger Delta Group, about a week ago, gave an ultimatum to federal government that they are going to take action against them if they do not release Nnamdi Kanu. And today, 7 days have passed from the ultimatum. And they are reminding federal government today that they will not wait for the ultimatum to finish. That from next week, that they will start to cripple the oil production in the area. So people are saying that federal government are so adamant towards releasing Nnamdi Kanu that what does it take to release someone that caught herself free before? So what do you have to say about this issue?
You see, my brother, when it comes to Niger Delta, I think what I would probably say, I'm not even going to say a lot, but it is time for us or for them to actually, this is not a time for, to talk the talk. It's time for them to walk the walk.
The action.
At least we have not, it's time for them to not to talk the talk, but walk the walk. We have known Niger Delta people as, once they start, doing this, they are pain. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes they need, some kind of settlement from the government. Maybe they are calling the government for attention. So once you settle them or whatever, they go back in. We have known them for that long time ago. So, but what we're talking about right now is if what they are saying, they really mean it, then they should talk. It's time for them to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. Just take the action. That's just what it is.
No, it's an ultimatum. So maybe we are still believing that it's because the ultimatum has not ended. They just give the federal government a reminder at the middle of the ultimatum that look at before the ultimatum expires, we are going to do this.
Yeah, that's that. Let's just hope and pray, because from the way it stands now, like everybody in Nigeria is being affected. Nobody in Nigeria, as it stands now, like what is going on in Nigeria.
At all, nobody. Nobody.
So let me even tell you, there's an article that I seen. I think the full name. I don't know if the article was. They were saying something in regards to if a referendum is conducted, that the Igbos will not want to leave Nigeria. They will like to remain in. They will not like to leave Nigeria to Biafra. They will not prepare to be in Nigeria. And I tell you what, if referendum is conducted right now, I'm telling you, almost all the whole Ariwa people want to come to Nigeria, and they would like to go for Biafra. They would like to come to Biafra.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
You know the reason why the Fulanis have subjugated them, they kill them a lot. They know that they will have so much peace once they come to Biafra. You understand?
That is number one.
Yes, there's a broadcast our leader made one time a couple of years ago. He even told them, listen, all the whole Christians that are being persecuted in the northern part, that once Biafra comes and they want citizenship, then he's going to give it to all of them. Let them come. Let them come. You understand? So the truth of the matter is, my brother, as things stands now, Nigeria is very, very irredeemable. And like I heard you saying earlier, this extraordinary rendition that Nnamdi Kanu, after capturing the extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria, this is the worst mistake they made, because right now they are stuck. They cannot kill him, because let me tell you something. That is to tell that Marcel and is God sent. God sent in the sense that when this man was captured in Kenya, they would have killed him over there, but they didn't kill him. He was tortured for 8 days. They brought him back.
Do you think? Yes, you are saying something. Do you think they have what it takes to kill Nnamdi Kanu? Not because of his person, because of the crowd.
The truth of the matter is, when somebody is ordained, that's not how. Let me tell you, before Nnamdi Kanu, listen, Nnamdi Kanu was created specifically for this mission of liberation. I'll be honest with you.
I believe.
Well, let me tell you, like I said, when the Python dance came over to his house, 20 people were murdered. He escaped. I mean, he was lucky. They didn't kill him. I mean, of course, he survived.
But there could have been a civil war. There could have been a civil war if something happened to him.
Exactly. So, they might be planning, this is okay, once we capture this man, we're going to kill him. But immediately they captured him. Maybe somehow, because he's ordained for this mission, God will worship. Tell them, listen, your plan is not my own plan. You have your plan, I have my own plan. They made it in a way that, you know what, you cannot kill this man because he has not fulfilled what, the reason why he came to this earth. You must fulfill it. I remember what Master Anton has always been saying. He want to make sure that we get Biafra. Once he gets Biafra, his job is done. He's not going to leave Biafra politically. He just wants to make sure we get Biafra, and Every indigenous tribe in Nigeria, even the Fulanese or the Hausas, every indigenous people will be free. He's fighting for everybody. He's fighting for Africans. That man is on a mission, and that mission he's unstoppable. Nobody can kill him. That's just the truth of the matter. They can't kill him. The whole thing. What I'm just trying to say in effect is, if the Niger Delta they really mean business, they should do what they should do it. They should do what. Listen, man, we're already suffering this. We'll suffer this once and for all and get what we're looking for. If you say that they do this thing now, it's going to be hard. Well, are we not already in hellfire? He's what they do it. So we'll suffer this once and for all and get what we're looking for. That's what I would just believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well constructed from you. Well constructed. So for me, I'm optimistic that Nnamdi Kanu will be released, because as I was saying before, Nnamdi Kanu now is like a problem, it's like a bone in their throats now. So not releasing this man is a problem to you. And their fear of releasing him is that Nnamdi Kanu, his spirit is so high that he really want to continue the struggle of Biafra, of which everyone want him to continue when he is released. So thank you so much, our brother Bosco.
Yes, sir. My brother. Well done, man. I follow you every day. You're doing a great job. I keep on following you, and also I share your programs on Facebook. But what I want to ask you, Ali, don't you progress on Facebook or what?
I am going to start doing that from next week. I don't want to do it with my profile. I just want to do it with my page, and I will share it with my viewers.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Do it on Facebook. It will be good. You do once you're broadcasting on Facebook, you also be and also on YouTube, and maybe on Twitter, or maybe on TikTok or whatever. But Facebook at the same time, and then this what's the name? Facebook, and then this right here broadcast. I think it's going to make a lot of sense. From there, a lot of people will get to know who you are. Share your product. I'm listening to your analysis because you're doing a great job, my brother.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate it. So our brother Victory is calling in. We are going to hear from him what he's saying. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Okocha.
Good morning. Welcome to this live broadcast. And we have been talking about the issue of the Niger Delta Group that 14 days ago that they issue ultimatum against the federal government that they are going to take action against them if they do not release Nnamdi Kanu within 14 days. And 7 days have passed since then. And what they said today now is something that it brought tension yesterday when they said that before the ultimatum expired that they are going to start crippling the oil production in the area. What do you think about their threat, and do you think they are going to carry it out, or do you think that the federal government are going to succumb and releasing Nnamdi Kanu before the 7 days expire?
Okay, from my own understanding and my ideology, I don't think they will do that.
Okay.
I think this is the threat against Nigerian government. What really I'm against is Nigerians don't respect the fundamental human rights and the rules of law in Nigeria. So once the Supreme Court have given the ruling to release Nnamdi Kanu, the Nigerian government should obey that and respect that judgment that the Supreme Court, which is the highest court of the land, have given.
Yeah, Supreme Court said, what Supreme Court said was that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, that the federal government erred by kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu and bringing him to Nigeria, that is against the constitution. And then Nnamdi Kanu did not invade bail, that the soldiers invaded his house. So the judgment of the Supreme Court actually was for Nnamdi Kanu against the federal government. But Supreme Court now asked them to go back to Federal High Court to do some cases again against some terrorism charges. The treasonable charge they charged against him has been quashed by the court. But it is a court of appeal that discharged him and acquitted and says that Nnamdi Kanu, no court in Nigeria have right to charge him. So that is the issue now. And I know that the Chief Justice of the Federal High Court Abuja that is handling the case of Nnamdi Kanu in the person of Justice Bentanyako. Justice Bentanyako have looked at the situation and said, I can't jail Nnamdi Kanu. And releasing him now will be against the wish of the government. Maybe government must have told do not release this man. So that is why he now postponed the judgment. She adjourned the judgment to September and asked the two parties to go and negotiate and settle out of court. So do you think that the federal government will finally say, Nnamdi Kanu, we have discharged you and acquitted, we have withdrawn our case, go home, just as they do to what is it called, the leader of the Mieti and so many other persons that they have released? Do you think it is because Nnamdi Kanu is from Igbo that is making them to do this?
Yes, this is what I can say. They shouldn't release Allah, Miati Allah, and release the other guy from Europe and remain Nnamdi Kanu. What happened? They don't want to release him. What is the problem? The man couldn't commit any crime, but Nigerian government invaded his house and killed people. Everybody saw it in a bloody day. Everybody saw it and saw what happened. The man did not jump there. If the military could not went to his house to invade his house, I don't think that the man should run away to escape for his dear life. And if it not escape, they might kill him. So I think Nigerians should respect that judgment and reinstate his bail. Let that man go, so that the East will have peace in the land of Nigeria in East. By holding that man in there is also creating more problem, creating more insecurity in Southeast. They should release him and allow the man to go.
All right, thank you so much, brother. Please, can you tell us where you come from? Where you come from in Nigeria? We would like to know.
Where I come from?
Yeah.
In Nigeria?
Yeah, the state.
I'm from Imo State.
Okay, from Imo State. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for calling, and thank you for joining the program.
Thank you, my brother. Have a good night, dear.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye.
So please, you can kindly join Mr. Okocha. Good morning. Mr. Iwu Biafra. Good morning. Thanks for joining in. You can also call on the WhatsApp number that is on the screen to share your opinion about the state of our nation, why the federal government is delaying the release of Nnamdi Kanu. And a lot of people have been telling the federal government that what they are doing is discrimination, what they are doing is against the people of the Southeast, that this is also the same reason why this region went for war. That was about so many years ago, that they don't want the issue of this war to repeat itself. This is coming from Edwin Clark, the leader of the Niger Delta group, and also the leader of what is it called, Debanjo, the leader of Yoruba groups. All of them have been clamoring for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. So if anything begins to happen in Nigeria, like these groups threatening the federal government, that they are going to cripple the oil economy and so on and so forth, I think nobody will blame nobody. Nobody will blame them. So this is a situation of day or day. So everybody have to do what they know how to do at this moment. Everybody have to do what they know how to do, because this situation is getting out of hand. And I think if the federal government did not hear, diplomatic consultations that they are doing, I don't know what they are going to hear. Is it the threats they are threatening them that they are going to hear? Anyway, only God knows what is going to happen. So good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Please, you can also type in the comment section what you think about the situation at hand. You can also call in using your WhatsApp through the number on the screen and share your own opinion with us, what you think about the current situation. And not only that, the Niger Delta group that wrote today, they also said that they have compiled the names of those who mastermind the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, that in their next publication, that they are going to publish the names of people who make sure that Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Both those people who did it because of their political gain, both those people they paid to give them information. I think that would be a big blow, because from what I'm hearing, even people who are very close to Nnamdi Kanu is added. Some of them were part of the people who masterminded that he was going to Kenya, how he was arrested, how he was called, how he was lured into what really happened. So we have interesting time ahead. We don't really know what is going to happen, but we have a very, very interesting time ahead. So that is it. I really appreciate everyone for joining in. Please, we still have about 20 minutes to end this live streaming. This is 1:08 a.m. Nigeria time. Tell us what you think on the comment section, or you can call in and tell us what is going on also in your area. Now, let's talk about the issue that the first caller was talking about, that most of the Northerners are saying that if they have a referendum today and they are going to join the Biafrans. So the first caller that called was telling us that the reason why they want to join Biafra is because the Fulanese have suppressed the Hausa people in Nigeria. Yes, that is number one. But number two, the reason why they would like to even leave their country to join like Biafra or other people is because the North have had the whole political appointments. They have had presidency, name them. Even when the chief of army staff was from their area, the bandits were still killing them. Everyday insurgents, poverty upon the whole money. They are the owner of the whole oil block from the south. They are the owner of the whole oil block in the south. The money they have it, they go to the north, they are still taking it, but poverty in their streets, out of school children in their streets. So anyone who wants to make money, who wants to be great will be great. Anyone who wants to be poor will be poor. That is what I believe. And there is this DNA that is associated with the people of the Southeasterners. So anywhere they go, prosperity follow them. I've never seen an Igbo man standing on the street begging for money. But the same people that are begging for money, they don't even think about their life. They don't think about everything about their future. Some of them are still even clapping for others, their leaders. It is so unfortunate. Mr. Drake, good morning. So why does it feel like Tinubu is really up to something? Don't you know before that he's really up to something? Victor Onaji4, good morning. So Okocha, greeting from Australia. Welcome, Mr. Victor. Australia is a far country or far continent. Wow. Thank you for joining. Mr. Drake from UK, watching from UK. Thank you so much. So what makes me sick is how cannot own oil from South. You know, that is the fraud of one Nigeria. They will tell you that this is one Nigeria. Everybody, we are in this Nigeria, so we can get the oil block from the South because they share the oil blocks. They share it to people. So that is the situation we have at hand right now. So what we are discussing today is the issue of the release of Nnamdi Kanu. You know, it has taken, some time now. A lot of people have pushed the federal government to do the needful and they have not done it. And so many people are threatening them. So very soon, we'll be calling it a night and we are going to have a wonderful night rest. Though depending on where you are watching and calling from, some persons are not going to work. Some persons are in the evening, like a brother that called from Georgia in the United States of America. They are still in the evening. But this is 1:12 a.m. Nigerian time. So I believe we are still going to have a good night rest, especially people who are watching from Nigeria and some part of the Central Europe. I really appreciate everyone for joining this live broadcast. So very soon we are going to end the broadcast. Please kindly join me tomorrow while we continue on this topic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Like the video, help me to share the video. And if you have not subscribed, you can also subscribe to this channel. That is the only way you can use to help me and support me. All right. See you tomorrow. I really appreciate everyone.